Hello people, this is Eric Cobra and this is Let's Play Book of Unwritten Tales Blind. Last time we managed to gather what we need to become a wizard student. Today we need to gather everything that we do to gather things to become a proper wizard. So, let's start asking around.
Hello, Mr. Merchant.
You! Why is that rat still alive?
I'm working on it.
Well, good.
Wait a moment.
I have to go.
If you have to...
Did I forget to save last time? Let's hope that I managed to still... Yep, the autosave at least got it. Jeez. That could have ended up badly. Let's just forget that happened. Well. Meanwhile, back at the villain's place...
You summoned me, Mother?
Book. Directions to the artifact are in an old book, and it is lost. That damned elf must have it. Not to mention a ring. A ring has been sent to the Archmage.
Curses! Who has it?
Just a gnome. My spies tell me that he is already in the town, but he has not yet been admitted to see the Archmage.
We must stop him!
Yes, before the old man becomes aware of anything.
I think I have an idea. The gnome will never reach the Archmage, but, Mother, I'll need your help.
Meanwhile, back in town...
Hello, Mr. Merchant.
The rat killer. What do you want?
I want to collect my reward. A powerful magical artifact. Got anything along those lines?
I doubt it, but yeah.
Well, of course. What would that be then? A fountain of youth? A sword that makes you invincible? Or maybe the goose that laid the golden egg?
One fountain of youth, please. My granddad will just love it.
You're taking the piss.
Certainly. You mean you don't have any powerful magical artifacts?
You don't get out much, do you?
I need to learn a magic spell. Have you got anything that might help me?
Course I have. I think I've got a bag of ingenuity around here somewhere.
So that's a no.
Yes, I sell things, not talents.
I'll come back later for my reward.
Take your time,
I have to go. Maybe I'll come by later.
if you have to.
Well, let's see if the rat has seen anything. Might as well ask all the NPCs I know.
I found the pattern and the wand. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, Wilbur. Let me know if you need anything else.
Could you rats look for something in the sewers for me?
Sure. What do you need?
I really like the guy's voice.
Could you help me learn a spell for my final exam?
I'm afraid that none of us is a mage.
Then I'll have to think of something else.
Also, you should probably not let the sandwich just lay here. Another thing, maybe you wanted to ripen a bit.
I need a powerful magical artifact. Can you get me something like that?
Unfortunately, that is beyond our capabilities. Such artifacts are very, very rare, and as far as I know, and I would know, there are no more in this town. Apart from the Archmage's artifacts, of course.
And now for something completely different. Take care, Mr. King.
Take care, my friend.
Well, it was worth a shot. I doubted it, but, you know, I've been surprised before.
Hello, Mr. Shieldhand.
Hello, Wilbur. What do you want?
I'm now one of Master Marcus's official pupils. His best.
Great. Come again when you've got your diploma.
It won't be long now.
Yeah.
I'm off to get my mage diploma. You'll see.
I bet he's the spy. Or maybe that's just too obvious. I bet it's the rabbit outside town. That thing's been mighty suspicious. Well, I can go to the swamp now. The swamp of death. Still nothing to do with the tree. Well,
I don't really know what kind of tree it is, but it looks very slender and flexible.
Let's go ask Mr. Hullabaloo. Maybe he knows something. At least he's an honest con man. He gave me my gold, and it was real gold too.
Hello.
Sorry.
Wilbur, what can I do for you?
I have to learn a magic spell really quickly, and I thought maybe you could help.
What kind of spell?
Well, for my final exam, I have to cast a spell for Master Marcus. He says it takes months to learn, and I don't have that much time.
I don't think that should be a problem. I know lots of magic tricks.
Bet you do.
Tricks?
For example, I know a trick that is largely unfamiliar to the experts, which uses a top hat and a rabbit.
Yeah, a classic,
Your
actually.
Master Marcus will be utterly dumbfounded by it. All I need is a rabbit and a top hat.
Wow, and you could teach me the spell today?
Indubitably. It'll only take 5 minutes.
Right, I'll get the rabbit and the hat. This is my lucky day. Almost too good to be true. But if something is too good to be true, it's sure to be true all the same, I always say.
You don't get out much.
I'll just be going.
I have seen that you're going to come back. See you then.
Is that a carrot?
That carrot can't even fit into Bertram's cage anymore. Maybe he really does eat a tad too much.
Well, then let's help him.
I think this is doing him a favour.
I agree. I'll come back if I need
The Wheel
another
of
bag
Fortune
gold.
really did bring me a fortune.
Yep. Maybe now we can catch the rabbit if nothing else.
Well, Fluffy Bunny, how are things? How about a luscious carrot for a change? The rabbit's clearly keen on the carrot, but it still isn't coming close enough for me to grab it. I'll have to think of something else.
Oh well, it's worth a try. Let's go to the Swamp of Death, because that just sounds like a fun place. Maybe with some ropes I could create a snare. Oh, this is just lovely. Oh, look at dead alligator.
A rather large and ugly stone head. It has only been roughly carved, a truly primitive work.
Did you say so?
Strange. Why is there a lit lamppost here, in the middle of the swamp, so far away from the town?
You think that's weird? Why's the fucking shipwreck over
Lampposts
there?
in the middle of nowhere are seldom a good sign, whether they're in a snowy forest or a swamp.
Yeah, well, let's go say hello to Redneck Aslan.
The tree looks anything but healthy. Its bark is covered in strange mushrooms, and it seems to be slowly sinking into the swamp.
Also, it's got a fucking face. That's pretty not normal.
I wonder what kind of animal that was. And, more importantly, are there any still alive round here?
Wait, this alligator died trying to eat a cow, I think. Wonder
We'll
if that
see.
happened.
Really rotten. Aha! Bone worms have been at work here. They go through bone like a woodworm through a tree. I can pull a few worms out.
Fantastic.
I wonder how it got here. Maybe in a flood? The carvings look unbelievably intricate. Someone must have worked very long.
Well, that seems to be what we can get out of this area. Oh great, you better not be fucking dement either.
Shimmering blue mushrooms with green speckles. Those could be the ghost mushrooms I need for my potion. A top hat. Unfortunately, I can't reach it. I think I can pull out a few threads. Yep, that's a nice thin rope.
Yeah, the guy won't mind us robbing him blind.
An old book. It's empty. An old book. A large stove with a nice fire. At least it sheds a little light and warmth. A large stove.
Right, so that's all going to be relevant.
Whoa, a human skeleton. Maybe the poor soul was part of the ship's crew. I can't see anything all that interesting. The skeleton looks kind of old and smells a little, but otherwise...
I don't smell.
What
You
the? I
almost
didn't
scared
tip
me
you
to
off.
death.
I don't doubt it, sadly.
Who are you?
I'm Death.
Discworld reference.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Death. My name's Wilbur Weathervin.
Not Mr. Death. I am Death.
You're famous. Why are you so down?
Bah, what is death in this world? Nothing. This is a damn point-and-click adventure. No one dies. In any other reasonable role-playing game, you have to kill 100 rats to reach the second level. Now that's a real game.
But there's a war with tons of dead, and I'm sure my hamster Mucky died years ago, or didn't he?
Of course there's all that, but you don't see anyone die, and you can't kill anyone here. Mucky has always been dead, just like most of the inhabitants of the city, and the pig that provided you with bacon for breakfast. They were created dead, you understand?
Those are the bits I always skip over in novels. You know, I've noticed it's nighttime here in the swamp, but it's daytime in the town. Why's that?
I don't know. Probably magic.
Ah. Do you know the ghost mirror in the mage school?
Certainly. It used to belong to old Balthazar.
Master Marcus says it leads to the land of the dead.
Yes, it does. But only ghosts can walk through the mirror.
Isn't there some other way?
Why should there be? It's a ghost mirror. No living being would be interested in walking through the mirror, believe me.
Isn't death not the end, but just the beginning of something new?
I'm sorry. Are you trying to be intellectual?
Come on, it is one of life's fundamental questions.
I've never been interested in what comes after me. I just look ahead. You should, too.
But you're death. Who's to stop you from killing people?
It's not that simple. I'm in middle management. I don't make any decisions. I just carry them out.
Which means...
It's the boss who decides when someone's time is up, not me. It's all written down in that book there, the Book of the Dead. Name and time of death of everything living in this world. But as you can see, there's nothing written in it. No murder, no accident, no suicide. No one has ever died here, and no one ever will die here. What am I doing here?
Completely undermining any credibility the game had left. You're certainly killing that. My god, I talked about earlier how there was possibility there could be some seriousness to the story, but all of that collapses in on itself when you have a character sitting there going, nobody's going to die.
Could you turn me into a ghost?
Ghosts are dead people who still have something they need to sort out in this world. You're still alive, and no one is allowed to die in this game. Do you see the problem?
Yes, I see the problem.
Yes, of course, but there has to be a way.
My hands are tied. As long as your name isn't in the book, I'm not allowed to kill you. As much as I'd like to.
That thing up there on the shelf, that's a top hat, isn't it?
Aren't you a clever one?
Well, I am a gnome of the world.
It belonged to my father. He always wore it. He was a grave digger.
You mean your father wasn't deaf?
No, I was the first one in the family to go to university.
Would you lend me your top hat for a bit? I'll bring it back to you in top shape.
You want to repair it? No. Father's top hat stays just how it is.
Then would you just lend it to me the way it is?
Absolutely not. It's an old family heirloom.
If you were to write a couple of names in the Book of the Dead, well, then you could go out and kill them, couldn't you?
And get into trouble with the auditors? No thanks.
Someone audits the Book of the Dead. What do they do?
They check the should and haves. Have I killed exactly the number of people I should have? One little death too many and all hell breaks loose. No, I'm not fiddling the Book of the Dead.
I have to be going. Deadly boring, yeah?
Oh, good grief.
That's what I'm saying.